Ladies and gentlemen, boy, we got something special for y'all today. Welcome to another exciting episode of JPTV Reloded Insights. I'm your host, JP. You already know. Today, man, we have an extraordinary guest. I'm talking about left an incredible mark in the worlds of martial arts, cinema, and entertainment. Look, let me tell you all about it. Look, before he tell you, let me tell you what I dug up on him, okay? Since the age of 6, he's been working on this, okay, in martial arts. So he know what he's doing. All right, he knows what he's doing. Over the years, his passion only grew stronger. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't stop there. Now he got a higher education in physical education, setting the stage on an exceptional career. Man, let me tell you, man, you see him on the silver cinema, you see him on the silver screen, showcasing his incredible talent in most of the biggest blockbuster movies of our time. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm talking about facing off with secret agents and Tomorrow Never Dies, Edge of Tomorrow, Thor, Stunt Man. I mean, even Star Wars. Man, let me tell you, man, this man is deep, man, with his catalog, but not just about the action and adrenaline, okay? Our guest is also an accomplished actor. Man, Vincent Wang to our show. JPTV, believe it or don't, Reloaded Insights. We welcome the best to the show. Vincent Wang.
Hi, hello everyone, and
Vincent
hello,
Wang,
hello, 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 hello,
thank you for coming, man. Thank you.
hello. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Hello everyone, and my name is Vincent Wang, and I'm so glad and I got invited and to come to this fantastic gentleman's show, and I'm glad to share my work and my experience of my life and the martial arts side, and thank you very much.
Hey, y'all, look, let me give y'all a little bit of action real quick.
Where'd you get that from? You going for me?
Man, let me tell you something, man. We have a privilege of diving deeper into the life of the multi-talented Vincent Wang. Beyond the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, we want to know the man behind his actions, his perspectives on life, and the practices that have shaped him into the remarkable individual that he is.
Yes, hello. And basically, I'm just very, very quick to introduce myself better and my background. And I was born in China, northwest of China. And so, age 6, I was chosen by the Chinese local authority government and chose and to do martial arts. And so I left home at age 6. I went to the school dormitory and with other kids. So basically, is 6 days a week, 8 hours a day, and training. So at the time, I was very, very excited. Then I said, "Wow, no more school, no more reading, writing. It's fantastic, you know." And I didn't realize that school is like every day, 8 hours a day, you know, like training. And after 3 months, I was really, really, I felt like this is not what I want. It's tough,
Right,
stretching,
right.
splits, pushing. The coach is very strict, and there's no life, there's no time. Then the end of no, I have to go leave this place, it's not something fun, Then somehow I just escaped, from school, went back home. Because from my hometown to school, it's about 200 kilometers. And at that time, there's no highway and then no train. It's like bus, it's like
Oh,
8 hours bus. So I just somehow I got out, I left. So after 3 days, and the school obviously realized that, came back and my hometown and asked my parents, so look, we look for your son. So is he here? My father, yes, he's here, but he don't want to do anymore. It's not for him. Then school said,
mm,
look, we spent a lot of time, money, and try to train him. We think he got talent. So somehow,
right.
fast story short, so then And my dad said to me, son, it's your decision. If you decide to stay home, from today, you're going to stay home. No more training. If you want to go, and go, don't come back. And just focus on.
Wow.
So after that, I said to my dad,
Wow.
yes, I go back. So I went back. Since then, and then I never came back and trained until 18. Then I decided I want to be a coach. So I went to Shanghai Sports University and did my martial arts degree. And then when I graduated from university, then I got invited, came to Great Britain, England, and to coach martial arts. That's why I moved to England. Yeah. And so basically, train in China in school, like Jet Li, and I used to compete with him as well. And he was
Wow.
probably 4 or 5 years older than me, and yeah, it's really tough. But because of the hard training, it's mindset. So it gave me a lot physically as well mentally the strength. So when I came to UK, so I remembered, I didn't speak a word of English. I didn't know anyone, but because the determination, because the skills I have, so I made it. Then I made my life here, and then after probably 991, I came to UK. Then 996, first time. Then I got involved in the movie business. So I remembered my first movie is the Mortal Kombat, 1996. That's my first movie.
Oh, that was the first one. Okay.
Yeah. Since then, I love movies. So basically, I was training to become a stunt performer. So in England, being a stunt performer is not easy. It's quite difficult. It's one of the hard country because they require minimum 6 skills. So in terms, you go learn how to fight, how to fall, how to drive, how to whatever. So, because of that, I have great opportunities. I did my skydiving, scuba diving, trampolining, whatever, think about it, right? So I got all the skills. I become a stunt performer. Then working as a stunt performer, I found it's just the most exciting job, experience, and you go to places, which is you get paid to go to places incredible, which is never dreamed to go. Do some crazy stuff, and like amazing. So obviously, and I've been working on 3 Bond movies: Tomorrow Never Dies, Another Day, and Skyfall. Then also, the latest movies I just finished last year on the film called Meg 2, which is going to release in August. And I was doubling the lead actor from China. He is one of the biggest movie stars in China, and Wu Jing. I doubled him, and that was amazing because so much going on. Jump over helicopters, and fight on the water, fall off.
Whoa, man!
Helicopters, it's unbelievable. Then also, the film has come out end of year is the Doom 2, and that's incredible movie as well. So we spent a lot of time in Budapest, Jordan, Abu Dhabi, and those locations just unbelievable. It's so exciting. So fun. Yeah,
Excited, man. That's incredible, man. What a story, man.
Thank you.
What a story you have, man. That's incredible. Are you planning on writing a book one day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd love to. Yeah. Basically,
it would be very interesting.
Yeah, and because also because of as my profession being stuntman, and the jobs is very risky and dangerous because the skills you have, because nowadays the teamwork and the productions they're very very much to care and into safeties. So try to minimize the injuries, the accident, whatever, because the job we do, a lot of stunt performers they have a lot of injuries. Me too. A lot of things, jump over buildings, and car crash, and falling down. I have a really serious injuries, my back injuries, and I constantly have pain. I went all different places and met all different specialists. Having acupuncture, massage, whatever. Think about it, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't help. It's just for temporary. So in the end, I sort of look, being a great martial artist how can I heal myself? You can't depend on other people. Then I started looking into it. And very luckily, I met a teacher and who told me about this breathing exercise we call qigong. Qigong is a breathing exercise. Is working on the internal, which is working on your organs. So and I basically met this teacher and in China, and learned from him. And after that, incredibly, and my back, all my injuries started to recover. And during the lockdown, then a lot of people suffer COVID, then obviously lung infections. So, and I have a lot of friends that also had that problem. So I told them the breathing exercise, how to breathe, how to work the lungs, how to improve your immune system. Then I realized that those people in recovery get fast and the immune system gets stronger. So, and I said, wow, that's something incredible. And from my experience, from other people who I know, I said, I love to share this something to the world, to others. Then I start to post, share on my Instagram, try to promote that. And then now more people start getting into it and ask me and also learning, So it's great, And basically, and I want to share and this special techniques, and to you, to everyone who are interested into longevity and stay healthy, stay strong.
That's amazing to have that technique, man. The first steps of you knowing that, what did you struggle with it the first time, or did you get it right off the bat?
Yes, because beginning, obviously, is a I tried all different stuff, and also, when we were young, I learned a lot of Tai Chi, breathing exercise, also learned the yoga exercise, whatever. And so basically, it's only helped me probably a very small percentage, just temporary, So the long termly, it doesn't. So basically, when I learned these techniques, right, and in life, we live one breath. If you can't breathe, then we'll die. Okay. But how can we work this breath? So we have to train this breath. This means our lungs. In our human body, we have two lungs. Why we have two lungs? Because that means we need more air, more oxygen. How can we work the lungs? How can we expand lungs? Because average people, lungs only work 30%. But how can we maximize that? That's the most important, So, and I can basically to quick explain to you how it does work, because as people probably see on my Instagram, if you're, and people who don't know, if you can check on my Instagram in the Vincent Wang stunts, you can see how my, my exercise, and on my Instagram, very, very dynamic, breathing, powerful. So why? Because in our human body, the lung is like a balloon. How do you blow up a balloon? You have to use the power. Then balloon will go up. You can't go, you can't blow them up, okay? So balloon is like lungs. You have to use the force, the power to blow up. So when the balloon goes up, then when you release them, the balloon goes close like this. Then the more the squeeze, the more you can blow them up, okay? So lung is exactly like that. So how can we do that? That means you have to use the power, breathing really, really strong, really powerful, to maximize the lungs. The more oxygen in the lungs, that means the more oxygen going to your body, your blood, and more circulations faster into your body. That means you become more healthier, stronger,
I noticed when I see you on Instagram doing that, some of us are taught to inhale through our nose and blow out our mouth. But I don't see you blowing out your mouth. It's like you keeping it all in or something like that.
No, this one is no different from other breathing, because this one, inhale is all through nose. Out, exhale also through nose as well. The reason is in China, Chinese, the qigong, the human bodies, right? So you have to close your mouth, tongue always connect top of the roof, teeth together, bite teeth. So when bite teeth, teeth in human body is most strongest part, the teeth. So when bite teeth, that means
Wow.
the bite teeth is connect. That means the whole body energy all become one. The young energy rises. So when close mouth, the inhale through nose. Because nose, if you try, you can suck in. You can inhale a lot more air into lungs. And you breathe out. If you open your mouth, they release very quickly. The lungs is not really working enough. If you are breathe out, exhale slowly through nose, you can push more. You can squeeze lung more. So therefore, everything through you inhale, exhale through nose, because all the sense, eyes, nose, mouth, ears, they all connect each other. So when you breathing really hard, is wake up every scent of your body, you know. So
Wow.
everybody getting attention, working together, you know. So that's why breathing power. Inhale stronger, exhale slowly, you know. So in young changes, then constantly you are massage your organs, because in normally we can massage our arms, back, legs, but we can't massage our organs. We can't put hands inside our stomach. Only way to massage organs by the breathing. So breathing, you inhale, you lift up your organs, push out, push down. So like up and down, massage them. Then what happens? Like car engines, after 10, 20 minutes, engines get hot, organs get warm. Then what happens? Then the heat start release. Then you start get sweat. All the bad, all the rubbish stuff from the body, through the sweat and releases, come out.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Another question. Another question. When you're doing that, right? Your hands are like flowing. You know, it's like, but when you do this, it's like you have it a certain way. What is the hand movement for?
Okay. So basically, in qigong or tai chi, whatever. So basically, each movement has got meaning. For example, right? For example, when some of my movements, you know, it's almost like like this. So this it means almost like, imagine when you shooting arrows, bow and arrow, okay, like this. So this means I'm shooting the arrows. So what that means, when you are squeeze your hands muscles, make stronger. That means you open up your chest, to open the diaphragm, open up, then you squeeze the muscle tight. That means all the blood is squeezed out into your body. So when you relax, the blood will pump out. So in, out, pump them is help the circulation going faster, you know. So same time, you are stretching. Stretching you what? Stretching every muscle, every tendons, you know, and that
Okay.
means we extend everything. The Chinese medicines always saying that when you extend your tendons 1 inch, that means you extend your life for 10 years. That's why stretching is good for you.
Stretching is good for you, right? So soon as you get out the bed, right? Or should I wait 10 minutes? Or as soon as I get out, stretch, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you can, most importantly, get out, breathe, stretch, and be happy, be positive, enjoying life. That's what I always reckon. You know, if you are really want to get into the breathing exercise, you know, want to get some more idea, you can always to check my Instagram, Vincent Wang stunts, and find out more. And I can always happy to introduce you some basic exercise.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely leave you a link in the description so everyone can get in contact with you after, they
Yeah.
view this discussion that we're having, man. That's amazing, man. That stuff, I definitely want to get into that and also teach my kids that. and so they can get an understanding on how to do that and grow into that. Because I've always been fascinated with that type of exercise and breathing techniques, but I just never got the really one-on-one information that you're giving us right now, which is amazing.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yes, definitely. And also, I might do some kind of online on Instagram, a live 20
Yeah,
minutes
you should. Yep,
for everyone to
yep,
join me and try to learn
yep,
the basic, And yeah,
yeah,
I will do that. So basically,
yeah,
I will let everyone know, when I'm planning that. So, and I
yeah,
love to go join and try to experience that.
yeah, man, yeah, man. So let's go into your because we all interested to know, right? We all interested to know your top five martial artists of all time, dead or alive.
Sorry, I think the audio is little bit.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear now. Can you repeat that?
Your top five martial artists, dead or alive, top five.
Oh, top five. So basically, I always for me, and the Bruce Lee is always for me is number one, no doubt. Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt.
no doubt.
Yes, no doubt, because it's the the background, his attitude, his philosophy, and and his the he basically bring the arts into the Western world to share. Doesn't matter what you are, who you are, and that's why everybody remember him. It doesn't matter as how good he is fighting. Is his mentality and his philosophy, and that is always give people remember him. That's number one. Him. I love it. Secondly,
Yeah,
Jackie. You know, because Jackie Chan, he is an extraordinary person, because I'm working in movie business and who also he's in the film business, but he made so many movies and
yeah.
he put himself in risk danger. Jackie. The next one is Jet Li. But Jet Li had the same kind of training background like me. And he's working hard and training hard. And
Mm.
just unbelievable. It's something which is I always find. You know, no one like him. All his body, every single bones broken. You know what I'm saying? Something which is I found is incredible, absolutely
Wow.
amazing. So that's number three. Number four, I also probably and quite like a lot of in the Japanese master. Japanese the karate, the master Shotokan, the master, and because
Okay.
he also the Shotokan karate original also from China in the background. I mean, hundreds of thousands years ago, they are originally also from China. But now they develop, in Japan, they very well. Now in the West world, they're so popular, and they become, everybody was also understand, learned, adapt different. I think that's something which is great, and
Yeah.
next, and also basically is is also my father, because of my father, because he is not great martial artist, but because of him, it's made me become who am I? Where am I? You know what I mean? See, I found he is the master to me. Something I can always remember that. Then the number five, the master, I always call myself. I'm my own master, because life
Mm.
constantly always changing yourself. So I want to be great master of myself in all time, because I'm always improve myself, always try to
Yeah.
change myself, and
Yeah.
always help to share to help others. And that also
Yeah.
is important in my life. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely. Okay. So right now we're gonna get into this right here.
It's time to shift gears.
Hypothetically speaking, right?
Yeah.
Um, if you had a conversation with any historical figure, who would it be?
I love to, if I get chance to speak to historical figure, I love to have second chance to have sit down face to face to have a chat with Bruce Lee, and have chat. Basically, is what he in his mind imagining in the modern days. So how does the martial arts in the direction goes? Because what happened is, what I'm thinking is, now there's everybody learning martial arts like MMA, cage fight, all the stuff, right? Everybody into this kind of fighting. But the philosophy what Bruce Lee gave, what I understood, learning martial arts is not only just for fight. It's most important is for health, for longevity, and I'm sure he will probably also agree, think about that as well. That's why I want to can sit down, have a chat with him, So that's something which is always in my head. I want to talk to someone who are very respectful and what they think.
That's amazing, man. And half of the fighters that you named were some of my favorite as well. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So there's a lot of speculation out there of between different martial artists on they can defeat this one, they can defeat that one. There's this big one out there about Bruce Lee versus Michael J. White. Are you familiar with Michael J. White?
Yeah.
I think he had about 8 black belts or something like that. What do you honestly think that, because when I seen an interview with Michael J. White and on Vlad, right? And he was saying that Bruce Lee is too small for me. Like I would break Bruce Lee. He's too small. Like that the weight advantage does have an effect. What do you think about that?
Okay. For me, you get a lot. I get a lot of people asking me, "Oh, what do you think? This person fight with that person, who's gonna win, or whatever?" To me, that's what the wrong idea, wrong thinking, people, wrong question asking. Because it wasn't fair to say, what is Bruce Lee alive? Is Bruce Lee can fight? Because for me, as I said before, it's not the Bruce Lee whole. He's a very good fighter, and I'm very, very impressed. His philosophy, his mental, to bring this valuable art, because he said it doesn't matter what kind of martial arts, what kind of styles, they're all good. It's all individual. You understand? So it depends how you practice. Like music. Okay, music doesn't matter, rap, doesn't matter, classic, doesn't matter, whatever, pop music, variety. It is everybody into the music differently. Some like this, some like that, but they are all good. They're all individually. They are the best, whatever the individual. Okay, you can't say, okay, you are this music is bad, that music is bad because I don't like that, and that's no good. Or I like that, that's good. We can't do that. If you have that attitude, I think it's wrong. Everybody should appreciate everything. It's like the world is colorful, the world is beautiful. You can't have individual one. Everybody's, because all different styles, because all different whatever. That's why I make martial arts variety. So I mean, I don't want to say, oh, is his good or can beat Bruce Lee or Bruce good beat him? No, I think it's not fair. That's personally, I don't want people have that kind of attitude. You can't say, oh, whatever. I think everybody just say, look, if Bruce Lee not there, it's like possible. Stop thinking about who fight. If his life, there's no point. I like everybody's in peace, training, enjoying, longevities, be happy. That's it.
There's one person you didn't mention, Donnie Yen. What you think about him? He's a pretty good fighter. He's a pretty good one too, man. I seen Ip Man. I seen Ip Man 4 times, and he was he was off the hook, man. What you think about him?
Yeah, Donnie Yen, he is a good actor, and because he made successfully on the Ip Man, and because his background, he obviously he was born in America, and his mother is very good martial artist. Then he came to China, Beijing, trained in Beijing for a few years, learned wushu kung fu. Then he is good, but obviously you can't say, and he is good martial artist and good actor, So martial arts obviously comes in what sort of styles, because for example, you can't say, put him into MMA, fight with somebody, or fight with some boxers, and whatever. It's different, because he's a performer arts for movies, for show, not for the cage fight. It's completely different, you know what I mean? So, and I respect him, and he's great, and made great films, successful, and I'm in the film business, and I know him, and he's a great actor, and so yes, so he's brilliant, but
performer, a great performer.
Exactly, yes.
Huh?
Absolutely,
That's
yes.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so right now we about to heat it up. Okay, I'm gonna have to throw you in the hot box.
The hot box.
Okay, so this segment of the show, you're gonna have to answer the questions as quickly as you can, but you could think about it just a few minutes, but we're gonna move on quickly because of time. Okay.
Okay.
First question. Have you ever had problems with other stunt men or women getting on your nerves on set?
Yes.
Okay. You see? Definitely, huh? Like, I wish you would do this right. You're not flipping right, man. I told you to flip this way, not that way. Okay. So we're gonna get, so the hot box is where we dive deep into questions, okay? So crime is rising throughout America, right? Stealing, killing, robbing, raping, etc. And it's mainly, and you can point it out demographically. What is wrong with the blacks?
Well, I don't think it was wrong, whatever. I think mainly it's just the culture. And in America, people, the culture is different because I was brought up in China, it's in communist, and they're very strict. With upbringing, very strict, and people respect each other, respect elder people, and so. I mean, in here, obviously, you hear a lot of, in the West world, in black cultures, in here, there, So I just thinking, I think just the government, the country, the leaders, and the law, there should be a more strict, different, education should be more, and I think that's something I think, and everybody should really work, and help each other, rather just always individually separate, So that's what I think. Love to everyone.
Just to give you a little background of it, what's going on as far as the black community, right?
Right.
They're having babies out of wedlock, so a lot of children are born into single mother homes. So there's no father in the house. So once you don't have that, you already know what they resort to, which is the streets, which is not going to give them a great result. So having babies out of wedlock, and the crime goes up. Crime goes up. So that's like the missing factor, because that's 77% of babies being born into single homes, and we're only 13% of the population. So that's like,
yeah.
So so that's what's going on with the blacks, right? Just to give you some context about it. When you spoke about culture, right? What is race to the Chinese? Like, what is race to y'all?
Well, basically, I think the Chinese is also, we have 56 different kind of races. The Chinese Han, Mongolians, and in the Cossacks and the Uyghurs or whatever. I think because the Chinese the culture-wise, we are united first. United as for the first emperor is the language become one language. For example, in China, official language is the Mandarin. Everybody speak Mandarin. A different part of state, different part of province, they have their own dialects. But official language, when you go to school, everybody has to learn speak Mandarin, and the writing all same. Whether you have a
Wow.
the directions, but writing all same. Because of this, in the school, everybody teaching the same thing, So everybody learned, the histories. So everybody knows what's going on, what's happening. So because China has the over 5,000 years the histories, right? So the histories is always carried on until nowadays, So basically, people united together and they all see each other as family, as together, So we don't divide. Oh, you Mongols, you there, we don't like you. No, we go to schools, we just normal people. We're all same, no difference. You understand? So there is no kind of a lot of hate because, as I said, single mom have kids. It's difficult because children when they were young, before 5 years old, they're always close to mom. But after 5, they need the father as a role model, father as their hero. Father is the first teacher as children. You know what I'm saying? So without father, a role model, it's not going to help the kids. When the kids grow up, of course, they look for safety net, look for somebody who can teach them. They look at others in the street, the other guys, other whatever. So it's very easy for them to get influenced by the other people. If you don't have a good upbringing family or as parents, So it's hard.
It is hard. It is hard. In America, a lot of let me see, in the black community, they have leaders, right? Have you heard of Martin Luther King?
I heard about, but I'm not familiar that much. Yes,
Right.
unfortunately, yeah.
So he's like an activist. He goes out and protests and have marches and stuff like that. But he died a long time ago.
Yeah.
But then they had Jesse Jackson, Maxine Waters, the Wicked Witch of the West. They have a lot of black leaders speaking up, or trying to speak up, right? But it seems like black people need leaders. Is there a Chinese person over in China that's a leader for all the China that wants to speak for all Chinese people?
Yes, that's why we have, we had because China now is like we have the communists, like the head of communists, like Xi Jinping. He's the party head of the party leader, and because I think the communities, they're very strong and they're helping and the people, because China used to be, we have a lot of poor people, that they live in the very very and various different places, and China for the last few years, and I heard, I would go back, and see the government really put the effort changing and and helping all those poor areas, and people are don't have anything, help them, give them the tools, give them the opportunity, and to make a living, to have a better life, and even though during the COVID, I was stuck there, and I can see how much they're helping the people, how much they make effort. You understand? So I was really, really, quite, impressed, because I was really, experienced that, and I was there during lockdown, beginning, and as I said, wow, and why China 1.4 billion, and they all stick together because of the leader, the Communist Party, and they're really, really focused helping people, helping average ordinary people, So that's something was important. People have better life, have better environment, So of course, I'm living in England, and I'm very happy, very lucky as well, and I think, I think country, we do need a good leader, or do need a good, party to run the country and working for people.
Do you believe in race? Do you believe racism exists?
Well, racist, that's what problems. Racist, I think, is his big problems. I think will and I can experience that as well. In the living in the West world, being Chinese, whatever, and sure the black
Now,
communities.
yeah.
You know,
I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you say you were affected by it, right? Did it come from the blacks or the whites?
I think it's probably it's from probably white more whatever. Because
Really?
we are different. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
but as I said, and now it's getting better and better now, and like 20 years ago, and now is a lot more adapted now, more and people from different race, different part of the world, come to London. Wherever London is very very exceptional, and I think it's much better now. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
So
it's just different like that over there. In America, they had this law passed for Asian hate, right?
yeah.
But all I seen was black people knocking out Asian people in the middle of the streets and sneaking up on them and knocking them out, and they all be old women and old men. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is going on? What's your impression now that you see this stuff of black people in general? Like, what's your impression, especially like when a Chinese look at a black person? It's kind of it's like, I don't know. you know well, since you see this stuff in the world that's happening, because it is true that 50% of America's crime is from the blacks. They're doing this every day. So, and there's decent ones, but there's a lot of bad ones. But
Yeah.
what's your impression of that?
Well, the thing is, right? I have good, friends, black friends, and then when you see the news in America, what happens, all the Asian people and get robbed, get beaten, get whatever, by the black, whatever. I found it's sad. I don't understand, because I felt before the Chinese and black communities, we get on quite well. We know quite well. And for example, even like a lot of martial arts films and fans is by the black community. They love it.
Yeah.
So suddenly, when this happens, nowadays, the economy is bad, and the system, I don't understand. We just found, it's hard, it's shame, even in England, we see and some, we see, black people, and we know that not everybody's bad, some, mostly people are great, I think there must be a reason, there must be something happening in this world. Why America like this? I mean, luckily UK is still good, and haven't had a really, bad like that. But I just hope something can sort out, and hope, listen, we all, doesn't matter, Chinese, black, whatever, we are friends. Friends, we should not use force. That's why Chinese greeting like this. That means fist is the force, power, but hands represent, will come from different part of the world. Doesn't matter, you big, tall, fast, small, but we are friends. For friends, we should not use fist, force, should cover them. That's why.
Oh, that's why they do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad you went over that.
And also, by the way, yes, that's the greeting. Yes, this is the old-fashioned clothes. Now modern ways like this. This modern.
Like this. Okay.
This is old-fashioned ways. Okay.
Yeah. Old-fashioned way.
And sorry, by the way, and unfortunately, I just remember now, and I have another appointment at 6 o'clock, which is my time. So basically, I just let you know, and unfortunately, I have to some point to have to leave. Is that okay?
Yes. Well, I 2 more questions, then we out. Okay. Okay. So, because this is very very interesting, and the people just want to know, right? Do you think borders are right for a country to keep people out and to only access the country by doing the right thing, becoming a citizen and stuff like that. Do you think the border should be open or closed?
Well, I think the border, I think every country has its own territory. You understand? So territory is basically you do have a border. A border, there is a reason why England, China, America, everybody has its own territory, you know? So you obviously can't just step in, do whatever you want to do, you know? Because every country has got different law, different whatever. And have border is good, but it can't be, you know, you are strictly whatever. Nobody can enter, nobody can come in or come go out. That's not right. You know, people should have the freedom to go out and come back. You know, to enter whatever. You know, but it can't be like a cage. You can't get out or you can come in, and that's not right. So that I don't agree with that.
Yeah, man. Okay, last question of the night. Well, my afternoon, your night, right? As far as the political parties, do you think Trump is the greatest president so far?
Trump, I must say, he is interesting, and you know, he's funny, and he is extraordinary person because he doesn't think anything else. He just do what he wants. You know,
He the dude, man. Straightforward guy, man. You know. I voted for Trump. If you had of course, I don't know how it's ran over there, but of course, y'all vote for someone different over there as far as presidency, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But Trump, what
Trump,
a great guy,
Trump is
man.
funny. Trump is interesting. You know, I think America, the last two presidencies, I think, you know, presidency, I think just unbelievable. You know, as it's interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, they're giving them hell now, man. They're giving them so much hell, trying to lock them up, and that's crazy, man. And it takes a real man to endure that, you know.
Absolutely. Yes.
Hey, man, I want to thank you for coming through, man. I really appreciate your time coming through the JPTV Reloaded Insights, man. Vincent Wang in the building, baby. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, man.
Thank you. My pleasure.
The old-fashioned way and the new
old-fashioned
way.
ways, modern ways. Thank you.
All right,
Respect.
man. Thank you, man. I will be sending your links on at the bottom of the description, man, so people can get in touch with you, man. Okay?
Will do. Thanks so much. Thank you.
再见。
再见。